Yeah, so of course Villa and City are two different teams as well, but we always look at our own game model and our own performances, and then to the next opponent and where we think we can do things better. And yes, so we saw ahead of the game we wanted to have Mariona in certain areas on the pitch, and I think we get her where we want. Enough of the time, not all the time we wanted to, but there was, of course, in a game against City, there was a lot of work to do out of possession as well, which meant she had to cover a lot of ground. But yeah, with Lotte, and I think as a team, I think the players starting today and the players coming on, so as a squad, I think there's good performances, which is a strange thing to say because we lost the game. But yeah, Lotte specifically, she, of course, she brings physicality and she has a bigger range of pass, which we saw today. So she brought that to our game today.
And can I ask as well, what these games they're decided by tactics and decided by players, but sometimes by momentum as well. And it felt to me like in the second half, both City goals come at times where I felt Arsenal looked more likely to score, and you know, I don't know what you do about that as a coach or as a team, but did you feel like maybe what decided this game was City just being a bit more efficient in the final third?
I think so, and we had the same analysis. So I think against City you'll have, it's two top teams going against each other, so you'll have positive momentum and negative momentum at times, and that's what you need to accept, and you need to be comfortable in all those phases. I think agreeing with you, because we have, I think, I have to watch it back, but the first half momentum maybe is 50-50, it shifts back and forth. Second half we have longer spells, bigger spells, and when you have momentum, that's really important, that when you have momentum, you need to capitalize, and that's where the ruthlessness comes in. Because if you don't, then you always know opposition stays in the game. We saw that against Villa. So that's something we'll look at. So momentum is really, really big in football, I think, from a psychology perspective, but also football and tactical perspective. So definitely agree with that. We spoke with staff and players about that after the game, and definitely something to look at. But it's easier said than done, and I think there's positive things in the game, like I said. It was just about that when we have momentum, is the pass before the final pass, do we have quality there? Do we arrive in the right spaces? Is the assist where we want it to be? Do we have composure in those moments in the final third, in and around the box? And it's small margins, so it's, if it's just off and then it's against a good opponent, then you know that they have that threat as well. But yeah, so it's the small details that we'll work on, but we don't have a lot of time because the Tuesday is coming soon.
Emma.
Hey Renee.
Hey.
Unfortunately, 7 points obviously dropped in the last 3 games. I know it's really early days in terms of the league, but it is also a small league, and I know you asked this question earlier in the week, but is that a really damaging result in terms of the title race?
It's not. We are very disappointed with the results, and we were disappointed with the United and Villa results as well, because we know that, like you say, the league is quite small, but we've decided as a team that we wanted to be consistently consistent. Then you still know that you can't take away your opposition, because there's some really good teams in this league that in different ways make it really hard for you. But whatever, anything that's within our control, we want to try and control. But of course we're disappointed. We always go for 3 points when we start a game.
Do you sort of rely a little bit, I suppose, on kind of your rivals sort of slipping up a little bit now, because Chelsea last season dropped 7 points?
Yeah, no, we can't. I don't think about that, and that's all happening outside of our control. We want to look at how we get our wins over the line, and the next one is Tuesday in Champions League, and then after that we'll play Brighton. So that's all we can control. So that's what we'll focus on.
I guess like a good sign is that you've been under pressure before, and just naturally, given obviously that winning 3 in the double, be a little bit more pressure going into that next game. I suppose that's a positive that you've been able to deal with that pressure in the past.
Yeah, of course if you would say before the season, we wanted more points at this point, but we know how much strength we have in the squad, and when we are in pressured situations or we need to come back from things, then we know that we can. So that belief is there, which is really good, and the team is working really hard in training, want to work on the details, and it's about those margins, and we all believe that it will come if we keep on working really hard.
Okay.
Hi Renee. There were a few occasions today with Arsenal players that felt like they were overhitting crosses quite significantly or failing to make quite simple passes, and these were like brilliant world-class players who we've seen perform repeatedly for your team. Do you have any idea of why those mistakes were happening today from, yeah, as I say, these brilliant players?
It always looks like that's a simple thing, like why is there technical errors on the pitch? But I think, like you say, they're quality players. There's so much going into football actions, so it's a cocktail of things. So it's not only why can't you pass that ball or why is there's a cocktail of several factors going into players' decision making and all those things, and then execution. So, but of course we'll look at it, but we have the belief that we definitely can connect passes and connect crosses. So we just keep on working really hard.
And you were very open saying this season that challenging for the title is the expectation at Arsenal. How happy are you with your team's ability to handle that expectation at the moment?
We never talk about it internally. So in that sense, nothing has changed from last season. All players know, and it's implicit to what we're doing, that any game you play with Arsenal, you go out to win. But I think every football team would do that anyway. So we never speak about it, and I don't really at all get the feeling that it's on the players' minds either. So all we can do is bring them to the present, bring them to the task, keep on working on the areas we want to work on, and then we all have to believe that it will be coming. Thanks.
Tom?
Hi Renee, just thinking about Manchester City's second goal after the Aston Villa goal last time out, I guess how frustrated are you to see from set piece, and maybe how big a priority is that going to be now in the coming sort of days and weeks to try and put that right on the training ground?
Set pieces are a big part of football, and it's always in our considerations, and we train it, of course. It's important, and of course we look at it, and now we go into Lyon on Tuesday, which is a very strong set piece team. So yeah, that will be a main theme these 2 days.
Could I also just ask about Katie Reid? How sort of hard was it to leave her out today? Was that maybe with a view to Tuesday to give her a bit of a rest before that, or was it different?
It's always hard to leave players out, no different with Katie. But we have a big squad. There's 5 competitions to play, and we have different players with different qualities. I think Lotte did well today, and that was really positive. So yeah, no, those conversations will always need to happen. It's part of my role, but of course she reacted really well, and Katie Reid shouldn't change anything she's doing because she's doing really, really well. Thanks.
You said earlier that there were positives in this game. I know we're sort of dwelling on some of the negatives, but what were maybe like the 3 big positives that you did take from this?
3, you said? No, I think we found better solutions to play away high press. So I think we had more variety and unpredictability in what we did. So I was happy with that side of it. Like I said, I was happy with the bigger spells of momentum that we created in the game. And I think I'll have to look back at it, but the entries in the box, by the eye subjectively looked at a high level, but I'll have to come back to you.
Catherine?
Hi Renee. We've talked quite a lot about how Alessia is more than just sort of a goal scorer and she brings a lot to the table, but it felt like quite a lot of her touches kind of weren't around the penalty box as she kind of managed to get any shots off, but she was obviously contributing in other ways, but obviously with the number 9, kind of how important is it to try and work more opportunities for her to try and score the goals given she's playing like that?
Yeah, that's definitely something we look at because that's where Alessia is at her very best, and that's why we want her. But she's so good in so many other things as well. So she means so much for the team. We said at halftime that a couple of our attacks are really fast, and there was a type of cross was on, but we didn't have the numbers in the box, so that's why we needed better decision making. And I think there was some better moments in the second half to wait for more numbers in the box, and that's connected to Alessia arriving in the box as well.
Aisha at the back.
Hi Renee. After Chloe scored the equaliser, she was very passionate in her celebration, sort of covering her ears at the fans and things like that. How do you feel about that sort of, seeing that sort of passion in those sorts of celebrations, in those moments, especially considering you didn't go on to get anything from the game?
I didn't see the celebration, but of course we work as a group, as a squad, and we have players who start the game and players that come on, and we always know that those players make an impact for us, and that's what Chloe did. So really happy for her and with that in the moment, but then of course in the end disappointed with conceding the third goal. Chloe is passionate, she has fire, and that's what makes her really, really strong, and that's what she brings to us. So we're happy with Chloe, but I haven't seen the celebration.
Thank you.
Last one here.
Hi, Renee. Just a quick one. How do you think today's result will affect the confidence of the team going forward, like since you've got Lyon on Tuesday? How will it begin?
Yeah, so there's no time to put our heads down because from tomorrow on we'll start preparing for Lyon. So there's no time, and what's important for us as a group now is that we look at the things that we're doing well and keep on doing those things. Otherwise we lose our identity, and we'll keep on hammering those things, and then we'll work on the small details. But I think it's good for us, and we look forward to Tuesday, to the next game.
Great. We'll leave it there, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.